A great day. A little humid out here, a little humid, but I hope y'all having a great day. Hope y'all having a productive day, as I always say. Uh, but you know, like I've told y'all, I've been on interviews in these last 2 weeks for jobs, like I've mentioned uh, before on this channel. Got uh, got fired from my job last year. Uh, nothing against my job, my past job. You know, they just doing their job as far as let me go. But it opens. I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. You know, God had better things for me. The Creator has had better things for me. New avenues. I feel now. I should get into. Uh, and thankful for YouTube. I can reach out and talk to people, be more social in life in general. Uh, and I'm thankful for the YouTube platform. In order to get have a voice. Have a voice. A lot of people feel like YouTube is not important. But YouTube is influencing this generation and in the future generation. Platforms like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. A lot of these, I should say, communities, social media, is training our kids. And I feel like we should have uh, even more and more positive outlets on these platforms. You know, but I want to talk about having a good name. Uh, Having a good name. You never know. You never know who you will run into later on, who can help you get to the next level. And so you have to always remember the golden rule as far as treating others the way you want to be treated in life, because you never know who you will need in the future. You know, you never know who you will need in the future. Uh, I had an interview, and I happened to know, uh, the person who did my interview. And so I was thinking, I said when I left, I said, I'm glad I never had a bad name about myself. Never had, I had a bad name about myself as far as he's a bad person to deal with. uh, he's not respectful, especially towards women. So I'm grateful that I never had a bad reputation as far as people is concerned, throughout my life, even while I was in school, grade school. Never had, nobody never had really anything bad to say against me people, unless people was just hateful towards me. They had something to say. But other than that, I'm grateful that I never disrespected people in any way, because you never know who will end up, helping you get to that next opportunity. And so I was thinking, if I would ever had treated this person wrong in the past, I may not have an opportunity, a potential opportunity to get a certain position. And I think about even in, a lot of y'all know I'm in music. If I had a bad reputation in music, people wouldn't want to deal with me. And I'm glad I have a good reputation as far as even music is concerned. And so, you always want to have a good name. You want to have a good name about yourself, that people say, oh, I can deal with her. I can deal with him. I can deal with her. She's good people. She never stirred me the wrong way. She always been an honest, respectful person, you know. And so, you just gotta, uh, you just want to build a good name about yourself. Sorry, I'm sweating and stuff. It's kind of hot out here, but you always want to have a good name about yourself. You know, you don't want to have a bad name about yourself. And people say, "Oh, nah, you shouldn't mess with them because they gossip. You shouldn't mess with them because they're not punctual. You shouldn't mess with them because they don't follow instructions." You know, but you want to have a great reputation about yourself and a good name. Like those who believe in the Bible, it says that a good name is worth more than rubies. And so, you want to have a good name about yourself. You don't want to have a bad reputation about yourself because it can backfire on you in the future. And so I just want to leave with that. Again, appreciate y'all for being in here. But you know, always be respectful towards people, even if you know, even if people is disrespectful, towards you. You always want to treat people with uh, respect. I always want to treat people with respect, and they, you know, as people say, the universe will uh, treat you back the same way. It'll give back what you give to it. You know. So again, appreciate y'all for being in here. I hope you're having a great day. How you doing, basketball gamer? Hope you're having a great day. But you want to always have a good name about yourself, a good reputation. You don't want people to say anything, that you're hard to deal with or anything like that. But yeah, again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, I went through a breakup. You say you went through a breakup? Again, hope you're having a great day. Like I said, it's a little hot out here, but it's a little breeze I can deal with. It's a little breeze I can deal with. What people do you support? What people down trying to get what you're saying? Basketball gamer. And if anyone want to add to what I'm saying, feel free to add to the conversation. Again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. How you doing, the gamer? I'm a small content creator. Yeah, I'm a small content creator too. Small creator. But don't think yourself as being small compared to big creators. Sometimes you may have more of a purpose, as far as your channel. But the gamer, I'm gonna try to remember to subscribe to you when I get off. Sometimes I can't subscribe to people when I'm on live, but I appreciate you for being in here. Basketball gamer said, what basketball team do I support? Not really a huge football person, and that's hard to believe. A lot of people say I look like a football player, but I don't really get into football, really. My dad, he's a Vikings fan, so But I don't really, honestly, I don't really have a football team. I'm more of a basketball person. So, but as far as basketball, I'm more of a player fan than a team fan. Now I don't know Matas Rosales Zealous. But like I said, it's good to have a good name. Have a good name for yourself. Good reputation. 'Cause you never know who will lead to your next opportunity in life. You know, Chicago Bulls. Well, I'm a Lakers fan now because I'll say I'm a LeBron fan. So, Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I used to be a Bulls because Michael played. I used to be a Pistons fan when the Wallaces was on the Pistons. Casal. I used to be a Pistons fan. So I'm more of a player or team fan. So whatever team I like or whatever player I like, I tend to gear towards that. And I think a lot of people gear towards like who they personality or their stature. Like my nephew, he's kind of a smaller in stature, so he's a big Stephon Curry fan. Cause I guess he can see himself in Stephon Curry because Stephon Curry is kind of a smaller guy as far as stature, slim guy. And my nephew, he's kind of a slim guy. So I guess sometimes it depends on that. A lot of bigger people, they might used to like Shaquille O'Neal. I think sometimes it depends on stature and depend on the person's personality. Open mind and chat the top of the morning. Have a blessed and productive Monday today. Stay consistent in health. Never lose faith in God and yourself. Let's go Cade from the hometown of Eastside Detroit. Appreciate you. Time. Appreciate you. Also, if you want to support this channel, got a Cash App that's on my page, this YouTube channel page in my bio. I think it's about or something like that. But my Cash App, it's up here. How you doing, Charles B from the ATL? I gotta go to ATL. I need to get back to ATL. Got a lot of good people there. Well, one of them moved to Florida, so okay. Don Check is my favorite player. But appreciate y'all for being here. Like I said, if you want to support, I'm not yet monetized on this channel, but if you want to support this channel, feel free to send me a Cash App. And also, if you want me to talk about a certain topic, whether it be religion, current events, politics, feel free to send me a topic and I'll talk about it as quick as I can. But again, appreciate y'all for being here. Hope y'all having a great day. Hope y'all getting some sunlight today, because there's plenty of sun today. Plenty of sun. But hope y'all having a great day. Sorry for sweating a lot. It's hot out here. It's hot out there. Y'all, you from Lithuania? Appreciate you for being up here. Yeah, I talk a little sports. I'm not like a sports enthusiast. I love basketball. That's my favorite sport. I love track. I love boxing. But yeah, not a huge football enthusiast. So if I talk about football, if y'all talk about football, I don't really know a whole lot about football. I'm an U.S. basketball gamer. But again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Appreciate you for subbing. Basketball gamer 123. Appreciate y'all. But appreciate y'all for being on this live. Hope you're having a great day. Hope y'all like a basketball gamer. Please subscribe. And also, if you want to support, Cash App is on my YouTube page. Open Mind, $ Open Mind Convo. Appreciate y'all. All right. Peace.